Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome, and please consider subscribing to both my channel and
Nerdsense! Hi, everyone!
and yeah, I'm super excited to have Shaun from Nerdsense. Mike's out of town; he's in Disney World, and so Shaun got at me. He's like, "We should do some joint reviews." I'm like, "That's awesome, man!" So here we are.
It's gonna be super fun. We already did one on my channel, and we'll obviously
yeah,
link back and forth. But yeah, this is
yeah,
gonna be great.
yeah, I'm pumped. Yeah, we did a nice vintage narwhal on their
Hmm.
channel, and actually, so Shaun gave me this beer, so it's one of the reasons we decided to do it because we both have not reviewed it yet, and it was a nice gift from him. So there's a connection there. It's from Jack's Abbey, which I'm a big fan of their brewery. It's the Gingerbread Bourbon Barrel Aged Framinghammer. I always like the regular Framinghammer. I almost always like the variants. So, well, I shouldn't even say Framinghammer. I should say the yeah.
Barrel aged Framinghammer.
I also like the regular Framinghammer. So this gingerbread, 12% ABV. It has ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and orange peel. I'm pumped.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I remember
I'm
when
really
when when I first saw this, the first thing I thought of was like, I wonder how this compares to GBS.
yeah, right. I mean, that would be the closest, most
Right.
obvious. I think definitely for both of us. I would assume most people who,
Yeah, I can't think of any other like gingerbread or gingery stout other than
I've seen other ones. I probably had other ones, but not like in terms of like barrel aged
yeah.
ginger. Yeah. So let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. So we've both done our fair share. Actually, you did a really large share of variants.
I did a bunch in a row. Yeah. Um, I can already smell some ginger.
Actually, yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. This the bottle's about the same distance from each of us. That's
Yeah, I
I think
got
I'm
a
smelling
good.
yours from here.
I got a good foot and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good sign. But anyway, yeah, we both have consumed a decent amount of them and reviewed decent amount.
Yes. So I've had this, full disclosure. I've had it in a like a I don't know, it was like a 4 ounce sample glass at the brewery when I got this, which was why I picked it up. I tried a few, and there were a few that I was like, I don't need a bottle of that.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said I've enjoyed most of their variants
Yeah.
quite a bit. Yeah. You'd give me this one. The coffee one I ended up splitting with, of all people, my grandma, and she loved it.
Really? That's
Just
awesome.
because I had coffee ones in the past, so I was like, yeah, I probably won't do a review of this. It'll be a good one. And then, peanut butter, which I've not had, but
Right.
I will be
Yeah.
reviewing at some point. But anyway, so how about what it looks like, Shaun?
Pitch black, kind of. See, I think I'm having the same trouble we did with the narwhal. It looks a little. It could be a little bit.
I see some brown, but it is mostly very dark
Yeah.
brown, black. It's in that realm.
Yeah. And on camera, it's pitch black. Like you can't.
Yeah, yeah. Um, the head is actually, I mean, reminiscent of the narwhal. I got way more. Oh, I don't know why I
Yeah,
put
you
it over
do.
there.
You have a mic
Uh,
pour.
I did, yeah, really. Um, Not to keep comparing to that narwhal, but does have that like approaching mocha-ish head, like dark khaki. It's in that realm.
Yeah, I don't know if
Um,
it's as dark, but it's not that you want to. We can't compare a narwhal to a gingerbread
yeah,
porter. But
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks good. Let's get into a proper aroma.
it smells like Christmas.
Okay, so wow. I was gonna ask you which of those adjuncts you thought came through the most, but
Ginger, and sort of the orange.
so I was gonna say ginger. There's an X factor that I haven't labeled yet in my mind, and then the orange. Yeah,
Yeah,
the orange is pleasantly predominant, like one of the predominant aromas.
yeah. I don't recall getting the orange when I had the sample, but then again, it was like I had a bunch of other stuff around me, so I probably wasn't fully digging into it.
I mean, it really smells a lot like a gingerbread cookie. Like
Oh yeah,
I don't know what it's gonna taste like, but that aroma, like if it was warm, it like smell like right out the oven
yeah.
gingerbread.
And you get like the cloves. You kind of get everything that's listed there, like the cloves and the nutmeg. Like the nutmeg kind of gives you more of that like cinnamon ginger anyway. So it's kind of it's probably a little bit of a blend with the ginger, but
I think that X factor that I said came after the ginger is like reminds me just of fall spices, which
yeah,
duh, that's what these are, you know.
right.
But like almost reminded me like the spices you get in a pumpkin or like well, any sort of like
pumpkins. So I just made upstairs after we did the first video, I made some roasted almonds with maple and brown sugar. And I was looking for cinnamon and I couldn't find it, and I was like, eh. And then I caught out of the corner of my eye and the thing like a thing of pumpkin spice, and I was like, all right. And yeah, and that's exactly what.
Yeah.
Now that you say it, yep.
Now, in terms of like the, I almost said stout. Sorry, everyone. The
Sorry,
porter
Mike.
or like bourbon barrels.
Yeah. Actually, it's a good point.
I'm just getting the spice, and this might be a hair cold, so I might not be getting a whole bouquet. But like, I'm just getting those spices in the best possible way, but I'm not getting
barrel, no. And the other ones, you tend to get barrel a little bit on the nose, especially like the coffee you do, the vanilla, yeah.
Do you get like any sort of that roastiness or any of the porter? Sorry, there's a bug flying around.
No worries. No, it's really just all the adjuncts that are just like, boom.
So I'm hoping that those adjuncts come through in the taste, but I do want some of the porter to come through and some of the bourbon to come through as well. Only one way to find out, Shaun. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
So yeah, we drank this like 2 months too early. We should have waited till like October.
Yeah, that would have been
or
smart.
Christmas time, like you initially said.
Yeah.
You know, it has those fall, wintry spices coming through in spades.
Mouthfeel porter. It's like a little thin, but it feels like it's probably amped up a little bit from the barrel. And then it kind of finishes off. Well, I guess we should probably start on like what first initially comes, but the most thing that's sticking there is what finishes. It kind of finishes off in this ashy, bitter, and then but it like the adjuncts are gone. At that point, that's where you get the roasty porter.
Exactly, and the one thing I'll add to what you were just saying is some tannins. I get some of the oak tannins, but yeah, everything you just said about what I'm experiencing and the finish and right now, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so let's go back to the front of it then. You do get all those spices. You get that the orange comes through, so it does kind of hit you with that initial pumpkin spice, gingerbread, again fall wintry spices. Then the beer part comes in almost.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect way to put it. Yeah, like you still know you're drinking a beer.
Mm-hmm. It just takes a sec.
Yeah, but the barrel is kind of not there.
I mean, other than those tannins, I'm getting it's helping like to dry. Not that it's a particularly sweet beer, but it kind of helps it dry in the finish. And other than those tannins, I don't pull a lot of barrel. Yeah.
And thinking back on just obviously the elephant in the room, like we said, is GBS. I think this drinks more like a beer than GBS does. GBS drinks definitely more on the line of sweeter, desserty, but it's also a milk stout too. So I guess.
Yeah.
But this definitely lets you know you're drinking a beer.
Yeah. Which is one of my favorite. I don't know if you call it a descriptor or what, but like you get some of these crazy kinds of beers, and it's like, but you know you're drinking a beer.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of like that. Like I don't mind, you know, the crazy whatevers, but like when I'm drinking a beer, I don't mind drinking a beer. You know,
right.
And this has enough. This scratches enough of that itch.
Yes, exactly. And it gives you just enough like the sweetness and everything. It's and I know we joke about this. It's very balanced when it comes to all the ingredients that are in there, right? But yeah, this is definitely probably one of the better variants I've had this year compared to the other ones I've had. Just because it seems like the adjuncts come through a little bit more than they have in the other ones.
We had like the coffee one, but I haven't had any others this year. So I agree. This is quite good. I mean, and I think it's probably fairly obvious, but people need to be warned if you don't like these adjuncts, you're going to get a lot of these adjuncts. It makes me think of, not to pick on Mike who's not here, but he doesn't like coffee, but then like some of those Treehouse coffee stouts, they have enough other things going on. Right. He doesn't mind the coffee. If you don't like some of these, it's not a knock at the beer, but like there's not enough other stuff going on to maybe make up for you not liking cinnamon or whatever, I think that bug flew into my eye now. Man, I think I'm okay. If I start crying, it's because this beer is so delicious.
They're just trying to make you look as unprofessional as possible.
Oh no, there's the bug. It was on the glass. I feel this is like where I hit a wall in the review where it's like it tastes like the adjuncts that I read off the bottle, and added a little bit of the finish is where there's like a little bit of
the actual
room to play for what we taste besides just what's on the bottle. Right. I have to remind myself that's not a knock at the beer. It is what it is. Like this, they went out to make this gingerbread, big porter. They aged in bourbon barrels. I would love to get more bourbon in this, truthfully. But other than that desire, this is, I think, quite good. And I also wasn't joking too much about I kind of wish we waited till fall or winter. Would be a really nice. It's that perfect of those spices.
No, it is. It is. I think if I see this again, I will definitely pick it up. And I think this is a brewery exclusive, but I don't know if they've sold out. This is definitely, it's definitely one of my favorites. I think the orange peel we didn't mention on the palate, and I think that's an interesting component that kind of, it's a nice compliment. Like it's there, but it's not there. But if it wasn't there, I feel like the ginger would be too overpowering. I feel like it adds like a sweet component to kind of mellow it out.
Now, I don't know if it's just because you mentioned it while I was drinking it, but now I'm getting a little bit of orange zest in the finish.
Yeah.
But it could just be my mind playing tricks on me because you mentioned. Course. But it's. I think it's really good. And thanks again for giving me a bottle.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate that. Yeah, heck yeah. But I'm good. Anything you want to add before we sign off here? Or?
Other than go check out Kyle's length of the gamut of Framinghammer variants.
Oh, yeah, I did a lot of them. Yeah. I meant about the
no.
That's nice. All right, well, plug your stuff. I'll plug my stuff, and then we'll sign off, my friend.
You can find us at nerdsense.net. From there, you can get to our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook, and obviously our YouTube page. And check us out. Don't forget to subscribe.
And one of the reasons I want to get off of this video is so we can go back to talking comic books and stuff that we're just doing.
That's pretty much what it's going to turn into. It's going to be amazing.
But the reason I bring that up is because we are friends in real life. We talk to each other practically every single day. Definitely check out the Nerdsense guys. They're awesome. I'm a huge fan of their stuff and of them as people. Check me out on Instagram on Tap. No beer reviews at both those places. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly,
imbibe. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.